Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Oris Artelier Date. Now, first, I'd like to remind you that we're here at Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, taking a look at this watch. And without further ado, let's move on to the rest of this review. So as I said, this is the Oris Artelier Date. Now, this is part of the larger Artelier collection, which we will be reviewing many of the watches of, as they've never been featured on our channel, but this is perhaps the simplest watch in the collection. And there is actually a chronometer version of this piece. This is not the chronometer version, so it just has an SW200 based movement, which has 38 hours of power reserve, but nonetheless, I really like this watch. I think it looks fantastically minimalist. I think that it's just, and it looks very classy. It looks a lot more expensive in person, shall I say, than it does probably on camera, but it's a very, very well-made piece. So, and perhaps the most important kind of component of that is the fact that it has this beautiful pattern on the dial. I think it looks fantastic, and it really catches the light very well. And forgive the glare on the crystal. It has this beautiful domed sapphire, and I can show you a side profile of that. That really reflects the light in all directions, so that kind of is causing a little bit of issues with the camera here, as you can see, but I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And the dome isn't too much. It definitely keeps the watch's profile thin still, which is very important. So as you saw, I mean, this is a fairly thin watch, even though it has a non-in-house movement. They were able to really kind of compress it. So I'm very impressed with that. It's got a 50 meter water resistance, so about 150 feet. You could go in the pool with this, but again, it's got a leather strap, so you're probably not going to end up doing that. The clasp on this watch is very well made. It's probably along the lines of Omega, and the overall case finishing and everything of Oris is very, very impressive. Again, it's very similar to that on an Omega Seamaster 300 with regards to quality and, frankly, style. I know this isn't a dive watch, but just kind of the overall style of how they're doing the different brushing and polishing really kind of makes me think of that. So now I'll try this watch on for a wrist shot. Now, this watch is 40 millimeter diameter. So, oh my gosh, I have two watches on. Forgive me. I will try it on the other wrist. So, sorry about that. But the 40 millimeter diameter on this piece looks great. I think it would look good on pretty much anyone's wrist, unless you had a really, really large wrist or really, really small wrist. I have about a 6.5 inch wrist in circumference. So, again, I think it looks great on my own wrist. It's very comfortable. The leather strap is of supreme quality. I mean, it's just fantastic. It feels very, very soft. It's not too hard like a lot of dress watches are, but I think it looks very, very nice. So if you like this video, please remember to subscribe and share. And remember, we're at Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. Thanks.